Alright, so this next question, Gangnam Style. I think what you're expecting is some kind of video of me dancing to Gangnam Style and all this, doing some crazy dances. But I think one thing I have to mention is this time that I've actually lived here in Korea, for the first time ever, I actually visited Gangnam. And I'm going to be honest, it wasn't pleasant. It wasn't pleasant. Everyone was pushing around. They were like ramming each other. And okay, I kid you not, true story. There was a person behind me with a cake in a box. And they were actually hitting, like boom, 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 hitting me with the cake in the box, annoyed, wanting me to hurry up and like pushing me with the cake. And I'm like, you're squashing it. I had nowhere to walk. Oh, it was just, I did not understand. And it was just a terrible experience. I went a couple of times and I had this kind of same experience. Maybe if I travelled further out in Gangnam, it might be more enjoyable. But as far as my experience in that city has gone, it's just rude people always on their phones in a big rush pushing through each other. So sorry that you're not getting the happy dancing and all that stuff, because my Gangnam Style is that. It's my Gangnam Style. Can you eat this Sakura bread? I think it's Sakura bread. I'm not 100% sure. I think it is Sakura bread. So yeah, okay, I'm going to go ahead and eat this bread for you. Yeah, it's good. Take a shower while on the toilet, also wearing the bathroom thongs. Now, we've been talking for a while about doing this, and we decided, yeah, that's why they designed it. Why else would you have this, all of these things in one area if they didn't intend for you to use it at once? So, okay, for your viewing pleasure, I'm gonna do it.
What are you doing in my swamp? 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 What are you doing in my swamp?
Okay, so next question I have, the question is foods missed. Now, I did actually do a video a while ago on the top kind of foods that I miss from Australia, but I guess when I think about it, they're also kind of like snacks or instant food. So what I might do for you is, I'll say kind of like meals that I've kind of missed. So I guess number one, like one of the big things that I've really missed is obviously my own mother's cooking, especially lasagna. Now, I grew up, like, you know, with lasagna in the family, and it's just, I don't know, something about the way it's made is different to the cafe style lasagna. It's, I don't know if it's a bit more runny or a bit soft, but whatever it is, I really miss my lasagna. I really miss my mum's cooking of lasagna. So that's probably my biggest food missed. If I was to think about other kind of foods that I don't really eat here in Korea that I miss, is probably maybe club life. Going out to just the club and getting like a bistro, or however you want to pronounce that word, meal, and getting like, you know, your chicken parmigiana or your steak, and picking like your side of chips and the salad, or chips and vegetables. Like that kind of club meals, I think, is kind of like, I guess it kind of falls in the same way with roast dinner. Roast dinners aren't a big thing here in Korea, and I think it's probably due to the lack of ovens, I guess, maybe, or having separate side dishes and just picking at them, not just having a big plop on one plate like that we do in Australia for your dinners. You've kind of got just a big amount of different foods on one plate. So the roast dinner type culture, I think, is something that I definitely miss, and I kind of, yeah, really crave to just eat, like either go to a club and just grab that roast dinner, or get some home cooking. So they're probably my big meals that I'm missing now. So yeah, my mouth's actually watering right now talking about it. So yeah, foods missed, definitely those. what are the worst and best examples of rude, offensive, obscene, and English WTF that you've seen here in Korea? Now, I think there's a couple of like little bits and pieces that you see. Hopefully I'm going to put up a couple of pictures here and I can show you a couple of things. But I think as far as kind of like items go, I think what the most confusing ones for me usually are, as I've stated in a previous video, poo. Poo seems to be this thing in Korea that's funny or acceptable for children. So like, I mean, I've seen like poo ice creams, I've seen poo pastries, poo in books, like poo toys, poo on TV, like poo nursery rhymes. I kid you not, I had a class just a couple of days ago where we were teaching with a big rabbit that ate some carrots, that you would say, oh, it's a yellow carrot. It ate the yellow carrot and then did a yellow poo. And for the kids, like, oh, it's a poo and it's yellow, wow. Like, that's so confusing for me, and kind of, like, to observe this was ridiculous. But then also the fact I was teaching this as well. So, what's like some of the best and worst examples? I think it's usually revolved around feces in Korea. So, hopefully that's given you a couple of ideas. The final question I have here is, what is the most futuristic experience that I have had, and what futuristic experience would I like to see take off back in Australia? Now, okay, for the first, I guess I'll point out two kind of really big futuristic experiences I had. The first one, I guess, was when I was out, I don't even remember where it was. I was actually fortunate enough to watch a bunch of robots dancing to famous pop songs from around the world, like programmed robots. So watching these little robots dance was actually I guess a really interesting, fun thing to watch. That was quite futuristic. Just let me realize the technology, I guess, here in Korea. The second example, and this example actually I really like and kind of fear at the same time, because what it is when I travel out to areas like, I believe it's called maybe Yongsan, out near Seoul area, you can go to these really popular or really big areas for technology. Now, in this building called Technomart, I go in, there's all of like white, all this futuristic looking stuff, elevators and like flashing neon lights and all that. You've got this really futuristic, like when you see in movies kind of situation. And to make it really the perspective of like that neo-futuristic, like Neo-Tokyo or Neo-Korea area, you go outside from these buildings down to like the ground level, and you will experience the market type area where it's all just like dirty markets and all this like walls of just like consoles and that stacked on top of each other and all that people are just shelling out for cheap prices. It's really, like I said, exciting and amazing and scary at the same time, that when you think about those movies and that, where as some movies or games have described as kind of like a pizza above, like, you know, you've got your layers, like, you know, a big crust sitting above another layer, where you've got this futuristic, beautiful upper class, and then you've got the slums down below. That's what it's like, and that's why it's so awesome and futuristic, but at the same time scary, as whether or not that's where the future lies. Is it going to be like that, where you've got the upper class living on a plate above the lower class down below? So anyway, I thought that was a really cool experience. As far as futuristic things I'd like to see take off in Australia, now I can't really get a video of this second. I'll give you two kind of futuristic things I'd like to see in Australia. So the first one, hopefully I'll get you some footage and put it up here right now, is when I go, well, of course I will actually, yeah, I'll definitely be able to get this footage. So when I go to a bus stop in Korea, not all bus stops, but many bus stops, especially in the city areas, I can see where the bus is and it tells me how long till it arrives, what, like, you know, how many minutes, where it's almost at. They've got GPSs on the buses and electric billboards or electric signs there telling me how far I've got or how long to wait. So if I want to go to, like, you know, get a quick drink or something, or if oh, this bus is going to be a while, I'm going to catch a different bus, or if a bus has been delayed, how long, so then you know where the bus is and how long it's going to be before it gets there. I can even scan my bus card to see how much credit, how much transit credit is still on there. It's got a little scanning thing on there, so I can check how much money I have to make sure I have enough money to catch the bus. So that's one thing that I know obviously would cost a bit of money to put the signs everywhere, but you know, you can even put a GPS maybe on the bus and just have a downloadable app or something that tells you where the bus was. Maybe might be some option for Australia. But if this could take off in Australia, it would definitely save you when you're waiting. Oh, did I just miss the bus? Did I not? Especially, I remember Canberra's terrible, like sometimes 40 minutes waiting for a bus. Sometimes the bus breaks down, you have no idea. You're just waiting and you're like, oh, I'm late for work. So that's the first thing that I'd love to see happen in Australia. The second one, and as I said, I sadly won't be able to get any footage because I don't have a car for this, but when you drive into many car parks in Korea, they have this, I guess, really great futuristic technology where they just take a photo of your number plate. Now, when they take a photo of it, that means obviously unless someone stole your car, which also it has a video of you going in, so they have you as the driver. So if someone stole your car, I guess they've got your photo and you know who stole your car. But anyway, back to the point. You go in, takes a photo of your number plate and of you, and when you go to leave the car park, and this is a beautiful thing, it's not every car park, but some car parks, you can actually go up to the machine and you don't have a ticket. All you do is you punch in your number plate. You know your own number plate, you punch it in and it tells you how long you've been there and how much your charge is. You pay your charge and you leave. No need to worry about losing your ticket, bending your ticket, having it like magnetized by being in like a wallet with a phone or something. I think that's a fantastic technology, and I guess you're saving the trees by not printing as much paper. I don't know if you're killing stuff by making technology. Beside the point, I'm going to say you're saving the trees. So I think not only is this a really great bit of technology, like, you know, for, you know, the people that lose the cards, but it also just makes the flow of traffic much faster, and like, you know, it makes people just go in, whoop, go out, whoop, and no idiots trying to stick their card in a thing at the end and getting it stuck, or, oh, I dropped it out, I'm going to have to pick it up off the ground. It's literally, sometimes you don't have to stop, you're going at like 4 kilometers an hour and it opens up for you. So I think that to me would just be such a big game changer when it comes to car parks. So yes, there are many other amazing futuristic technologies, but this is something I think that just everyday life would help the normal everyday person just live life a little more comfortably, I think. So that's something that I think would be really great and I'd love to see in Australia. Okay guys, so thank you once again for watching my 1 year special. I'm really happy. I'm actually going to be here probably for another year in Korea at least. So, you know, this is going to continue. It's going to keep going. I'm going to keep posting videos. Even though this special is finished, please, you know, you can keep sending requests, keep sending things on the page, and, you know, it might be the next video that I upload. So I just wanted to say thank you as well to everyone that did send in the messages, and also a very big thank you to everyone that subscribes and everyone that watches these videos, because I honestly have a whole lot of fun making them. And when I see you guys comment on it, when I see you share them, when I see, like, you know, the little subscribers button or views button's gone up since the last time I saw it, it just makes me more motivated to make these videos, and it just makes me happy to share my experiences with you, and, you know, hopefully maybe influence you and think, oh wow, I'd love to visit Korea, and come and, you know, hey, if you come visit Korea, come visit me. I'll drop me a line and I'll come meet you at the airport maybe. So anyway, thank you once again. 1 year down, hopefully another beautiful 1 year ahead of us. I'm the Straya Guy in Korea, and I don't have a clever sign-off.